All right, friends, we're back with a brand new reaction video to JasonBlaha, the strength and baloney fitness guy, the gym lifting, recruiting, fitness gear slave, JasonBlaha. Anyways, I have to make a video on this, bro. So, Blaha says, Louie Simmons, 4 cornerstones of training. Fake Louie Simmons, okay.
Louie Simmons pretty much believed that there were 4 cornerstones to training. Hey, everybody, it's Jake.
Louie Simmons was a failure like Blaha. You understand me? That's why he hopped on the juice to fake it. He faked it. All their training is fake, and I can prove it in all my videos. And I have proved it. That's the funny part. I proved everything that I said in my videos because he's a fake. You understand me? All these people, that's why they take steroids. And then they continue in their behavior because steroids allow you to create something artificial, fake. You understand me? You don't have to use the true principles to create an illusion, this fake illusion of like, look at me, I built this body. Wow. Why do you think the industry is always conflicted between fake natties and real natties, natural and fake natties? Why do you think they keep saying that? There's videos online all the time. It's popular. Hey, fake natty. Hey, natural, fake natty. Why do you think they do that? Why do you think they call it fake natty? Because it's fake. It isn't real. You didn't build anything real there. You injected something and it created something, the illusion that you created something real. In other words, you injected something and you just pumped your muscles up. They got pumped up like a bicycle tire. You didn't build any sarcomere and parallel in series. That requires real effort and work, bro. You haven't any clue. Real bodybuilding requires real work, man. It ain't easy. That's why people, they run away from it and they just try to fake it all the time. They fake it by pumping their muscles up 6 days a week in the gym, whatever.
JasonBlaha here. I thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about this today. And again, this is
like Blaha. He's faking it. His strength is fake. His lifting ability concentrically is fake. I mean, he's not really strong physically. His body's weak. I'm not joking. His body's really weak, bro. I'm not joking. He's definitely weak on the eccentric. He's definitely eccentrically weak because he just is. He doesn't have any, he never built any real muscle. That's all. And like I said, that fake strength, it's injected. He injects it to lift something concentrically heavy. That's all. And he's not even lifting that heavy. He lifts heavy, but it's not that astronomically heavy.
a topic to which there's much controversy. A lot of people will disagree, but I will also point out that Louie Simmons coached 100 world record holders. Pretty much was the guy.
Louie Simmons coached a lot of fake record holders that took drugs and faked it. You understand me? It's a fake industry. Why do you think people are disgruntled with the Olympics? Because it's fake. The Olympics, what you're looking at is a fake sport. See what I mean? It's fake. That's why they get up. That's why FIFA, they're upset because a lot of people were taking drugs in FIFA. I mean, they caught Maradona. He was taking like cocaine and a bunch of other enhancing drugs to enhance their performances and things and whatever. They thought they could get away with it. They took other types of drugs like cocaine and stuff. So like I said, people will do anything to cheat. They fake it. Because that's why, me personally, I don't care about the Olympics. There are certain things I watch in the Olympics. I like skiing and stuff. Now, are these people taking drugs in Winter Olympics? I don't know, man. Really honest, I don't think so. I hope not in a Winter Olympics. But you can never be, you can never be so sure. You know what I mean? But definitely Summer Olympics, man. It's a drug sport. It's a drug sport. You know, they're faking it. Whatever.
Godfather of powerlifting, had the strongest gym in the world, and then his methodologies branched out into dozens of other sports, NFL, MMA, champions in all these endeavors. Even special forces teams eventually started using a lot of his training protocols. So again,
his training protocols are fake. They're fake. They don't work. Listen, man, they didn't build anything there. They simply injected drugs that enhance their performance automatically, their hormones. They didn't need to do any of those things.
world-class sprinters, all sorts of stuff. So his ideas extended way beyond powerlifting, and they were way less specific than powerlifting, right? Because there are literally powerlifting coaches and weightlifting coaches out there who they almost entirely ascribe to only one of four of Louie's cornerstones. And what Louie believed is that these...
Look, think about it like this.
One of four of Louie's cornerstone.
Listen, think about it like this. If you give a guy a bunch of Anadrol 50 tablets, like he pops a few of these Anadrol 50s, and they're super powerful. That's like the most powerful oral anabolic steroid, whatever, on the face of this planet. And the guy pops a few. He goes into the gym. Next thing you know, he's overhead pressing 400 pounds. Is he strong? Is he strong? See what I'm trying to explain to you? Is he strong? His body's weak. But he took something temporarily to move something heavy. So he's strong on the moment, right? Moving something, I don't know, temporarily in the moment, concentrically or whatever he's doing there. I don't know. See what I mean? But is he physically strong? His body? No. See what I mean? So a lady that lifts a car off her kid, I don't know, a couple 1,000-pound car, she gets an adrenaline rush. Is she strong? Do you, in your opinion, do you think she's strong? See what I mean? Physically, do you think she's strong? Physically, no. She's small. She's weak. She had an influx of these hormones that helped her lift that car temporarily.
And what Louie believed is that these cornerstones fed into each other.
Here's another thing. I've seen old people lift heavy stuff, put it in their car and stuff. Some old men. But they can't run down the street, right? And if you were to fight with them, you'd probably push them down or knock them out. See what I mean? Are they strong? Are they strong? Physically strong? They still lifted those heavy things. They moved stuff, maybe some furniture with you or something, put something in a car. But they can't run down the street, and they couldn't hold their own in a fight. So are they physically strong? See what I'm trying to explain to you? You're losing. Here's another thing. As you get older, apparently you're losing power. How do you get that power to come back? Eccentric exercise, which is, is the most superior modality in lifting, in the lifting world, is eccentric exercise. It is the exercise. There is no other exercise that is superior to eccentric exercise. It fucking does everything. It turns old muscle into new muscle. It brings back your power, your mitochondria, everything. It brings back everything from the depths of death. It clears out fucking senescent cells, renews. It creates sarcomeres in parallel and series. It can also create new fibers. You get myofibrillar growth, bro. It's superior in every way. You get myonuclei. It enhances you because they're used for repair and repair. And remodeling. Without them, forget it. You can't synthesize any more protein.
That if you wanted a truly athletic, powerful, strong athlete, which again, that's what he wanted his power lifters to be, right? He wanted them to be able to jump, sprint, do all this stuff, right? He wanted them to be able to do all these things. He wanted them conditioned. That in order to really do that, you needed all these performance elements. And if you took any one of these cornerstones out, or any one of these like legs of the table.
Performance elements. When you build sarcomeres in parallel and series, these myofibrillars, guess what? Your performance goes up. You understand me? It goes up automatically. And these nuclei, they enhance the shit out of you. That's the whole point of bodybuilding. You build your body, it becomes enhanced, and now you carry it over to every sport. Get it? Shit. No, I gotta do Louie Simmons and this and that, whatever, this fake stuff. Louie Simmons is gonna take you to the back, and I got news for all of you. Louie Simmons is gonna take you to the back of his washroom, and he's gonna hit you with a syringe and an injection of steroids. That's what.
The table would fall.
Yeah.
Okay, you wouldn't last a long game. So what were those cornerstones? They were pretty much, for him, it was max effort work, dynamic effort work.
I love this. Look at Blaha, man. He's funny. This is, oh man, this guy's hilarious. He has no chest. His chest is part of his waist. He has no arms, no shoulders. It's just, man, he looks like an 85-year-old man. And he's 47. This is ridiculous.
Repetition, effort, and general physical preparedness, or GPP. So to understand what that means, they trained all of these concurrently. There was no periodization. They were all trained in the same week. And even though max effort and dynamic effort were trained on different days usually, all the other elements would still be trained on the same days. Right? The other two would still be incorporated into those days. Sometimes the GBP would be done every day, even outside of normal training. So the idea with what Louie promoted was max effort. That was your most important one. That was like almost like the tip of the pyramid. But he also said that you should do it the least.
Max effort. In the eccentric world, we don't use words like max effort, conjugate. We don't do any of those things. You know what we do? Submaximal, supramaximal, accentuated. We use other terminologies, negatives, eccentric. We use words like, eccentric overload, eccentric exercise. These people, these fake people, they're like conjugate, this, that, whatever. But conjugate too is actually based on eccentric, a lot of it. To tell you the truth, it really is, because it's superior. But they don't do enough of it. They've adapted to their exercises because they don't understand the concept. They don't understand eccentric exercise, how it operates. They don't understand it. Think about it. Have you ever heard anybody in the fitness industry ever mention eccentric overload, eccentric exercises, promoting them and saying submaximal, supramaximal, and accentuated eccentric exercise? Have you ever heard those terminologies? No. You want to know why? Because it's a fake industry. Had they actually discovered what actually builds muscles, what builds muscles? What builds muscles, bro? Nah, I go to the gym and I opened a window for protein synthesis. That's nice. Okay. You exercised and there's a window for protein synthesis and a window for protein breakdown. Yeah. That you're just turning over proteins. Okay. You're not building any sarcomere and parallel. You're not building contractile proteins. You build contractile proteins when there are micro damages, and they're associated with a lot of bad stuff, bro. Get it? That's why you're not doing that. It compromises sportive performance, eccentric exercise. That's why it can't be a sport. See what I mean? So when you read conjugate methods, they have all these weird methods in conjugate. I don't even remember the terminologies because it's fake. It's garbage. That's why I don't want to remember it. There's nothing going on there. There's nothing. They're trying to make you better at doing these exercises. I don't go to the gym because I want to get better at doing these exercises. I go there so the exercises damage the fuck out of me so that I can grow more of these contractile proteins, and then I hypertrophy through the contractile proteins. Get it? The sarcomere series and in parallel. They call that hyperplasia. You understand me? Ever heard of that before? Hyperplasia, hypertrophy. That's how it works, man. Christ. Oh, I know. They told you that hyperplasia doesn't exist. Then how the fuck do you build muscles, bro, if it doesn't exist? You understand me, man? Oh, I know. You're all training 6 days a week. You're endurance athletes, so you're glyco-loading. Oops, for every gram of glycogen, 3 grams of water are drawn between the skin and the muscle into the muscle, creating what? These sarcoplasmic artificial muscle growth. Oh, but I know, you got stronger, but you didn't get stronger physically. You got stronger, you got better at lifting concentrically, and you never even got stronger lifting eccentrically. Christ. What a method, bro. What a method.
That was really interesting, even though they did it every week, usually twice a week. For him, max effort means max effort, 1 rep max lifts, right?
One rep,
lifts taken to a max. And that max didn't have to be full psyched up contest max. It could be a gym max, a training max.
Sure.
And he broke all of that down as far as the differences.
The truth is this: why would your government want to promote eccentric exercise? Why would they want people walking around that are massively jacked and strong? They don't want that. That's why they promote and make you make believe in your head you're a strong guy because you lift concentrically, a heavy weight. Practice at lifting concentrically. Keep practicing in the gym. Come in 6 days a week. They promote all these crappy things that actually make you weak. It's the opposite. It never made you physically stronger and jacked. It made you weak. Here's the thing. Carrying all that sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, number one, is bad for your health. That's for sure. You're not building any contractile proteins. Number two, you're just better at lifting concentrically, which weakens your joints and your body. Every time you go to the gym and you lift heavy concentrically, you're in a weakened state all the time, constantly. But when you lift eccentrically, you see what I mean? You get sore and pain. You're not totally weak. You're in a building phase. But as time goes by, it doesn't interrupt you anymore. You just keep getting more jacked and more stronger. As the weeks go by, even though you get these micro tears in your muscles, you're getting more strong, bigger and stronger all the time. That's the whole point. It's like inflation. Inflation starts low, but starts taking off slowly because people are overprinting money. They're overspending money. They're just printing money and spending it. So inflation takes off. That's how it works in eccentric exercise. You start slow and then it takes off.
But you come in and you hit a heavy single rep, right? So for Louie, max effort was not let's hit a double, let's hit a triple, like these could argue. No, it was we do a 1 rep max. But here's the kicker.
Yeah, they're doing 1 rep maxes. This is to fool you people that these people are strong. It's to brainwash you. You understand me? Look, let me explain something to you. The police and the public and the army are not scared of small, strong guys. They are scared of big, strong people. They are not scared of a small, strong guy that can lift a heavy weight.
Here's the kicker. You ready?
And they're not scared of a guy that says, hey, I weigh 150 pounds and I can lift this heavy weight or I can bench press this heavy weight. They're not afraid of you. They're not afraid of no 150-pound guy. You understand me? In reality, in the real world, out there in the street. People are not afraid of small, strong guys.
He believed in doing the same lifts over and over. Okay? He believed that you needed to rotate them every week. You needed to rotate them every week. And that was a fascinating thing. That's almost its own little backstory. It's its own backstory. So I feel like maybe I'll do a separate video on that. I'll probably do a separate one coming up here later. All right.
You think these elastics are doing anything? Like, what exactly is he doing? You know, the best is when this guy said that Dorian Yates, he did the HIIT program. He used the HIIT program to build his body. What is the HIIT program? To burn calories and stuff. It's a cardio program. It doesn't build muscle. The people don't even understand what HIIT is. It's a fake program. It's to keep you busy, to keep you occupied, to keep you away from getting big, strong, and jacked. The people that claim when they go online, all these concentric lifters, they try to convince you that bodybuilding, it's this guy that goes on stage, or bodybuilders are weak. They try to convince you to sway you away from real bodybuilding. Want to know why? Because real bodybuilding makes you big and jacked. That's what builds muscle. Muscle makes you jacked. Get it, dude? Makes you into a brute. But a guy that doesn't build any muscle, lifts concentrically, doesn't make him into a brute. I see people walking around that lift heavy concentrically. They don't look scary to me. You know what looks scary to me? A person that actually builds fucking real muscle. They look scary fucking to me. Because they're fucking jacked and super strong. Yeah.
And so maybe that could be the next video.
Look at Blaha trying to pretend.
Right, so
did you see him walking? He tried to pretend that he's jacked. Look at him. Look at him.
Own little backstory.
Here he is. Wait,
it's its own backstory.
Here he comes.
And so maybe that could...
Look at him with his head up high.
be the next video.
Look at him, man. He thinks he's jacked, bro.
go into rotation. All right, so number one, and he believed you needed that in order to lift
Look at this. He's going to use his arms to row this.
maximum weights. You had to lift maximum weights. If you wanted the most possible force production one time, strength is displayed as a...
Here's the thing. You don't use your arms in this exercise. You use your back. Just use your back. The range of motion is short. See what I mean? Why aren't you using your arms? You're overworking your arms. It's going to shrink.
At max, and all strength coaches agree with this.
Like even
you'll see even Rip toeing them when they talk about starting strength. They'll tell you, look, strength means the production of force against an external object, and the force demands are highest for a 1 rep max.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. I would agree with that. Yeah. You know what's going to produce that? The sarcomeres. The sarcomeres in parallel and in series. That's what's going to produce that force. Get it, dude? It's going to produce way more force, and it's going to be permanent. You don't have to practice at it because it's already been created. Sorry. You don't have to practice at it because it's already been created. Every time you grow eccentrically, lifting heavy, and you get an addition of sarcomeres in series and in parallel, those weights that you have adapted to now, lifting eccentrically, you don't have to practice at lifting them anymore. Get it, bro?
Right, if you can lift it 2 or 3 times, you're not producing as much force at one time as you are on the 1 rep max.
But if you lift concentrically, you're going to have to be a lifting slave the rest of your life, confined to lifting. Get it? To practice lifting concentrically the rest of your life.
Okay, and Louie Simmons believed as you are on the 1 rep max. Okay.
What did Louie Simmons believe?
And Louie Simmons believed that you can only exert maximum force for something like 3 to 3.5 seconds. So you were not capable of doing it longer than that. So then we come over to dynamic effort. So Louie was big on speed work. Okay, and speed work meant explosive training with sub-maximal weight, usually, but not exclusively.
Speed work. You don't have to do any speed work in bodybuilding. Want to know why? Because when you get these sarcomeres in parallel and in series, you're going to get strength, power, you're going to get speed and performance. Get it? It's associated with strength, power, speed, and performance. You want me to prove it to you, bro? Yeah. Let me prove it to you, bro. Exercise. Oh, look at that. Exercise-induced muscle damage, EIMD, particularly after unaccustomed or intense exercise, can lead to short-term performance decrements, yeah, we know that, in strength, power, speed, and overall athletic performance, often peaking 24-48 hours after the damaging activity, yes. But what do you get out of it? You get strength, power, speed, and performance. See? The impact of performance, strength and power, EIMD, can lead to decrease in ability of muscles to generate force or power. Yeah, when it gets damaged. But when you come out of it, hold on a second. When you come out of it, guess what it's going to have? These performance decrements are commonly caused by an increase in resting energy expenditure, metabolic demand, and a decrease in the strength and output of muscles produced by athletic perception by muscles. Hold on. This is the damage part. When you get damaged, this is what you get out of it. But it is associated with strength, power, speed, and performance. The damaging part, and when you come out of it, that's what you get. So, hold on a second. Yes, eccentric exercise was involved with muscle lengthening under resistance, is associated with improvements in strength, power, speed, and overall athletic performance. You see that? See that, bro? So, what do they say here? A few studies available on trained subjects reveal that eccentric training can further enhance maximal muscle strength and power. It can further optimize muscle length and maximum tension, develop a greater degree of extension, and potential improve muscle coordination during eccentric tasks. Yes. Strength gains, power development, speed and agility, injury prevention, muscle hypertrophy, and tendon stiffness and examples, whatever. You get the picture, bro. It's associated with strength, power, speed, and performance. That's all I have to tell you. But when you get damaged, when you get the damage, then yeah, that's, you know, that's why it can't be a sport. Bodybuilding cannot be a sport because it compromises sport of performance in the process itself, but whatever. Let's go back to the video. I want to stay here all day.
Against accommodating resistance. So bands or chains. Why? It changes the deceleration curve. All right. Now, a lot of times people were like, I don't understand. So he would do lots of first sets. So it would be like 8 or 10 doubles or triples, right? And here's how he would time a lot of it. He wanted it to match the 1 rep max strength. So in other words, so let's say you're doing speed work here. So I mean, almost what you see me doing here is heavy versions of speed work right there against chains. Okay, here's the idea. You ready? Since you can't exert maximum.
Again, you don't have to practice at trying to get speed doing these exercises. All you have to do is build these sarcomeres in parallel series, and guess what? You're going to get strength, power, speed, and performance automatically.
Force more than about 3 to 3.5 seconds.
And it will always be there. It will always be there. It'll be permanent until, I don't know, maybe you fall apart, eat too much popcorns or sugar all day, destroy your mitochondria or whatever. Or accelerated aging from eating nasty fake food. I don't know, bro. But it will always be there.
Your total speed work should match that.
Yeah.
Ooh, so he got into timing reps. He got into timing reps on that to where, say, your speed bench there, right? So if you were to go to 3.5 seconds, so you should be doing triples, and they should last just over a second on the concentric rep, because that's the.
You know, you see, Blaha's been watching my videos. See how I've mentioned a lot about dips and pull-ups. They're superior. You see these guys doing them. What do you call it? These calisthenics guys. That's part of bodybuilding. Now look at Blaha. He started doing dips, bro. He started doing dips. Because he probably saw that the nacho plan on the guy that's the nacho plan, the guy that does the eccentric exercises. You've seen him doing dips, right? And then he does his bench press. In the second video, he did a pause bench press with 315. So he's getting stronger all the time because a lot of this brings up your bench press everything, man. Doing dips, superior, makes you jacked and super strong. Blaha is starting to take it up. See that? He's never done these in any of his other videos. That because I know he's watching my videos.
Fastest that you can produce that force. Like you can't sustain it longer. He's like the force will fade after that. And so you should lift it as explosively and violently as possible. Hate the weight up. Right? That was a lot of his principles. He wanted you to hate the weight up. Okay.
He is retaining a lot of water in his body, and he's still fat. Blaha's still fat, and he's retaining a lot of water.
Again, a big part of the idea. All right. Now we're getting somewhere.
Yes.
So, why the bands and chains? Because you have to lift more explosively. If you get against heavy bands and you don't go fast, you'll get jerked back down. You'll miss lifts, even with speed work. Right? Same with chains, though, to a lesser degree, but chains are more forgiving. They also beat you up less. So the idea, you're exploding against it, and you have to accelerate harder for longer to keep the weight moving quickly against the accommodating resistance. Okay, so we had that. Next up was repetition effort. Or as he just described, look, it's bodybuilding work. You come in and you just get big. You take all the muscles that you need to get stronger. Right, especially your weakest links on a lift, and you just hypertrophy the hell out of them. Reps. Sets of 8, sets of 10, sets of 12, sometimes sets of 30, sometimes sets of 50. He believed in all that stuff. Okay, he's like, he knew that. Look, if your triceps are limiting your bench press.
Wow, he doing sumo deadlifts now? What the heck?
Get your triceps bigger, train them like a bodybuilder, get them bigger, and your bench press.
Yeah, train him like a bodybuilder, get your triceps bigger. Okay, how do bodybuilders train? Well, they don't train concentrically, they train eccentrically, get it? It's kind of obvious.
Press will go up, very simple. Your hamstrings are limiting your deadlift, build your hamstrings, done.
I'm not talking about drug addicts, I'm talking about bodybuilders, not drug addicts.
So everything else was just get big, get stacked, especially your weak links, hypertrophy them, rep.
I love these guys. Just get big, get stacked, but they're not getting big and stacked. They're getting big and stacked, but they're not getting any myofibular growth. That's the problem.
Reps. Challenging sets, hard sets, sets to failure, close to failure, all that stuff. Then on top of that, he believed in conditioning.
This is failure. You see this? Look, he's going heavier on the concentric and then going light on the eccentric. Remember, you can handle heavier loads going down eccentrically. That's why this is failure. But he's going up heavier on the concentric. You understand me? Look, with these chains.
General physical preparedness, weighted walks, sled drags, loaded carries, right? Walking with a
Zero muscle growth there, pure adapted to concentric lifting. Concentric, man, this is the concentric lifting slave, Blaha. That's why look at his physical is so, like, it just looks terrible. Wow.
vest, walking with a SSB on your shoulders, right?
Okay.
And then all sorts of other stuff, plyometric jumps, doing
Yes.
high rep reverse hypers, band work, all sorts of other
Yeah,
stuff
okay.
throughout the week just to keep work capacity up. Again, he was big on these things. He was a massive proponent of this stuff. He believed that if you were in shape, you could do more work during your workouts. You could take shorter breaks, and the GPP allowed you to do the speed work effectively.
All just wasting time. You're just wasting your time. Just build more myofibulars. That's all you have to do. Go to the gym and build more myofibulars. The more work you put in eccentrically, the more myofibulars you shall build outside of the gym. Eating. Get it? Being positive nitrogen balance.
The speed work gave you practice for the 1 rep maxes because of more first reps, and then the higher force production sustained practicing it over and over in a way that you could recover from multiple sets. Okay, you get big so that you can produce more total force. You have more muscle fibers.
Oh, I love that one. You get big, you can produce more force by having more muscle fibers. Yeah, but you're not building any muscle fibers. They don't build concentrically. They build in the eccentric. Listen to him. Like, are you people really that dumb out there to believe Blaha? Yeah, build more muscle fibers. Yeah, how do they build? Eccentrically. Duh. They do not build concentrically. Fuck. And they don't build if you're adapted coming in 6 days a week in the garage, lifting slave. He lifts concentrically. It's kind of obvious. There's no eccentric work here whatsoever.
And then the conditioning allowed you to do all of it with better work density to recover more between workouts and to be able to do longer workouts without getting gassed.
I mean, if Blaha ever worked intensive, if he actually put the intensity, the duration and intensity and effort into his workouts eccentrically, he'd probably have a heart attack and drop and die in the garage.
It all feeds together. This was his ideas. All right, guys, well, that's really all I have to say on that today.
Thank God. Look at this man. This guy looks funny. 85. He's turned himself into an 85-year-old man. It's ridiculous. See you in the next one, friends. Ciao. It's ridiculous lifting. Waste of time.